I was always of a twin spirit, double-minded. I doubted it all. It's not because I was wicked or anything. I just thought it would be better to be realistic than to have high hopes and be crushed. So all those stories that my Abba will tell me about Israel and God and Joshua and Moses were really amusing stories to me. I was working on Abba's farm when I met him. Oh, you know the him I'm talking about. It wasn't too difficult for me to believe him because it was right in front of me. I saw him multiply the bread. I saw him heal one of my friends who was blind. I saw the compassion and love with which he spoke to people. One time he prayed for me and I used my own hands to send out a few demons here and there. So I believe Jesus. I also call Jesus Master, and we had a lot of friends from Peter to Judas to Lazarus to Martha. We were a lot of people that followed the Master, and we all loved each other. One of our mutual friends died, and I was really sad. But Jesus said to me that he was glad that we weren't there to witness Lazarus' death, because now we would now have an opportunity to believe Jesus more. And my heart is going, what? You will raise a whole human from the dead? Okay, that's it. We're done and dead. But when we got there, he started weeping helplessly. And in my heart, I was also sad with him because Lazarus is actually dead. Dead. That's it. There's nothing we can do. But Jesus shouted Lazarus' name loudly. I rushed to comfort the Master to stop being so emotional in front of the people. Suddenly, I heard the people shouting, so I looked up, and Lazarus, who was dead for 4 days, was standing in my front, alive and well. I was terrified. I looked at the Master and noticed that this man, Jesus, that just washed my feet 6 days ago, just brought a man back from the dead. I definitely believe Jesus. He is all powerful. No man can kill him. We and the Master loved to pray, so sometimes we would go to any nearby mountain to pray. So we went to this particular one called Gethsemane in the night. We were all kind of weary from the stress of the previous day, from getting a donkey for traveling to talking to the people who wanted to see Jesus to getting an upper room to eat supper. Plus, Jesus said one of us was going to betray him. So when we went to the mountain, Gethsemane, to pray, I began to think and pray that I shouldn't be the one that betrays this good man, my Master. Though I thought it would be Peter that would betray the Master, because Jesus, our Master, said the devil wants to walk on Peter a little bit. But Master also said we should all pray that we shouldn't fall into any temptation of betrayal or denial or whatever temptation the Master was talking about. I decided to close my eyes. They were tired for a second. And Master came and said an hour was already gone and we haven't even said a word of prayer. While he talked, some fierce-looking people came. We were a little worried, but since it is our friend Judas leading them to where we are, there shouldn't be any cause for alarm. Maybe these soldiers probably wanted to learn from Jesus without attracting too much attention. That's why they came with Judas this night. No problem. Then Judas came and kissed Jesus, but Jesus was so sad. Never have I seen him so sad. And he said that Judas betrays him with a kiss. When I heard the word betrayed, I knew what was happening. I was disappointed at Judas, but I expected the Master to disappear or do something godly. But a mere soldier, just pushed him. I couldn't see well in the darkness of the night, but one of us shouted, "How can you harass him like this? What did he do wrong?" And I heard a slash, and someone just screamed out in agony. The whole place was in disarray, and I just took to my heels. I cried while I ran, and I ran, and I ran till daybreak, till I got to a field, and I sat under the tree in the field. I began to think about this man, Jesus, and as I thought, the faith I have gathered over time because of being with Jesus began to evaporate again. I remember the first day we met and how Peter and Philip welcomed me, how we ate dinner in Martha's house, how he used spit and clay to give my friend his sight. It was now afternoon and a bird came down to the field to eat something. As I watched the bird, I remembered his parable and how he said he would die. He would die. That's the end. He's dead. Get up, Thomas. Go and meet your Abba and find a way to move on. It was great while it lasted with Jesus. When I got back home, Abba told me that he died crucified among thieves, and we all cried again. I tried to start finding closure. Then Philip and some of my friends came about a day or two later and told me that the master is back from the dead. I just laughed really hard. I haven't laughed at all like that in 3 days, so it was a good laugh. What a really amusing story, like the one Abba used to tell me. I mean, it is one thing to raise Lazarus and other people, but raising yourself from the dead, come on now. It is true, the master is alive, Philip said. Can you please keep your mouth shut? Please, I said in a low tone of voice, with tears in my eyelids. Trying to restrain myself, I said, I'm just trying to get over this, and you come with this news. If this is a prank, it's the terribly foolish prank or joke that shouldn't come just 3 days after Jesus died. I replied. But Philip said, it's true. I promise you, Thomas, it's true. Do you remember I said he would rise on the 3rd day? Yes, Jesus did say that, but I mean, except I see his hands and the hole through which the nail passed, and I put my hand through it and also put my hand through his side, I will not believe what you're saying, Philip. Well, Philip replied, oh, the master said nobody should touch him because he has not yet ascended to our Father in heaven. I laughed and said, Philip, please leave. We would meet in 8 days before I relocate, because I was planning to leave. Philip and I did the usual greetings we do and he left. On the 8th day, when we were together, the master came in and said, peace be unto you. I was shocked beyond belief, and I believed. Then Jesus said that I could put my finger through his side, a privilege that no other disciple got. So I bowed down to reverence my Lord and my God.